Hi folks, how's it going? I've just watched a film called The Superdeep. You probably won't remember, but I did a review on the trailer for The Superdeep like over a year ago. And I think I even put a copy of the trailer on my old channel. And they struck me, copyright struck me for it. It's like free advertising. I know I weren't advertising to a lot of people because I didn't have a lot of people watching, but I'm still bigging up their film, if you want to call it that, if you want to say put it that way. But anyway, they copyright struck me, and anyway, I'm going off track here. I've just watched the film, and I thought it was really good, really unnerving, really tense, quite a bit of dread I felt, and yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's elements to it that weren't perfect at all by any means. In places it's a little bit hard to follow, as in like follow some of the choices that some of the characters in the film make. You're thinking, what are they doing, you know? Other times it's a little bit hard to follow exactly what's going on. And there's certain elements to the story which I personally would have done differently, like the origins of the creature and the things that are in the film. Because okay, these are going to be slight spoilers, but the origins of the creature is that it's just a natural earthbound organism, like mold, fungi type sort of thing, that has been buried beneath the earth for, like, you know, thousands and thousands of years and stuff, and it's discovered. And I would have loved it if this could have been a case of they'd gone down the what's it called, the Kola super deep borehole, and they discovered like a gateway or something, you know, to another dimension or something. I'm always mad for a bit of that. And I would have loved it if that would have been the origins of this thing. But it wasn't. And that's one of the directions I would have took it in. But for what we got, I was very, very impressed. And I watched an English dub version. I assume it was English dub version. I'm sure it's not. I'm assuming they did it in Russian, and I've got a dub. But anyway, the practical effects in this thing are amazing. It's just really, I mean, and the whole film generally, in the build up, pardon me, when they're going down the hole, down the in the elevators and down in the, you know, generally just down. But the dread sort of just creep in, and you're edging closer to this stuff, and you're getting hints about what's going on down there. And when you see what it does to people, it's honestly, and when you eventually see this creature, it is dreadful. It's like, I mean in a good way. It filled me with dread, and it's very reminiscent of the Neil Blomkamp short film Zygote. It's very reminiscent of that, the creature, and it's terrifying when it's stalking the people around the corridors and things. So yeah, very impressed with that. There was one scene actually where they'd gone down all these elevator shafts to I think it's the lowest point almost, and the main girl in it, she obviously she has to get across this like a walkway, like a metal gangway. Like, it's quite a long sort of stretch, and and it's really hot in there, and she's got no protection on, like these suits that they wear that can keep you from the heat. And she steps out of this thing. I mean, at this point, there's actually a moment where I'm thinking, what's she doing? She seemed to do so much delaying and deliberating, where she was supposedly in this atmosphere that was like killing her, and it didn't make a lot of sense how she kept delaying, you know what I mean? It was frustrating, thinking, what are you doing? But anyway, on this gangway, if I hadn't known that this film didn't have an element of otherworldliness and other dimensional gateways and stuff, when she's out on this gangway, it almost looks like it is like she's like the other end of this gangway, like it's like a doorway to another dimension. It's almost like something, you know what I mean? She's in this vast sort of cavernous area underground, and there's all these glowing lights coming out of the rock and that, and it looks very otherworldly. And if I hadn't known already that this wasn't, and there was one scene actually in the film where they're talking about this organism, this thing, that's killing people and changing people, and one of them sits there and says, after a lot of research and that, this isn't anything supernatural. And my heart sunk a little bit at that point, because that was when I realised definitely that this wasn't anything otherworldly. Anyway, I think I've rambled a little bit there, and I don't think what I've said's made a lot of coherent sense. It does to me, and I think once you've watched it, if you listen to this again, you'll get it. But honestly, it's just finished, and I've come down, got my microphone, and wanted to do an instant reaction and sort of review while it's fresh in my mind. And I'm kind of reeling everything off as I'm thinking of it. But basically, all you need to know is it wasn't the best film I've ever seen, but it was really good. It was really good, and there was some real dread-filled moments. And I would highly recommend it. So if you can get hold of a copy, or find a copy, or watch it somewhere of the Superdeep, then definitely watch it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Anyway, that's it. Cheerio for now.